What's going on, guys? My name is Tommy. Welcome back to the channel and happy Friday. Welcome back to another episode of the Inner Sea Region, a 5-minute tour. For yours truly, it is presently 12:17 in the morning, December 16th, 2017. Like I've talked about in the rest of our videos this week, Christmas is really good at screwing with our schedules. However, I'm not going to let that prevent you from getting the videos you want to see, so here we are, burning the midnight oil and cutting out personal time hanging out with friends and rolling dice around to again make sure that I can deliver to you all that sweet Pathfinder lore. If you have any requests for the 5-minute tour or any other video series that I do, feel free to throw them in the comments. However, today we're off to Kyonin. Real quick before we go there though, just gotta say that patronage forms the backbone of everything that content creators are doing on the internet in 2017. And we've got to shout out once again that this episode of the Inner Sea Region, a 5-minute tour, was brought to you in part by Joseph Harvilla. If patronage might be something you'd be interested in, and if you'd like to see this channel grow and do lots of big, amazing, exciting things, the link to our Patreon is in the description, and it would help out a lot. But we don't need to talk about that all day. Let's go into some lore. Kyonin is the homeland of the elven race on Golarion. It was almost completely evacuated by the elves just before the fall of the Starstone, and they've only recently, by their standards being super long-lived, returned to Golarion to reclaim their ancient homeland and have become an isolationist realm, allowing few non-elven visitors into their mist-shrouded capital, Eodara. It is unknown exactly how long elves have resided there. Before Earthfall, the elves didn't measure time in any meaningful way, only by the great astrological cycles and the ebb and flow of the seasons. Certainly Kyonin was inhabited for a very long time before Earthfall, as numerous ruins of monuments, buildings, fountains, things like that still dot the forests north of the Five Kings Mountains. The elves lived in harmony with the land during this period, and the structures they built seemed to grow from the landscape itself. Despite the innumerable years the elves had spent dwelling amongst the forests and rolling fields of their homelands, they were forced to abandon their ancient home when their seers foresaw the coming of the Starstone and the devastation it would wreak on Golarion. Seeing no other alternative, the elves retreated from Golarion via a magical gate known as the Sovrian Stone to the mysterious realm of Sovrian, from which they are rumored to have originated. Some elves remained on Golarion as stewards of their former homes and ancient cities, while others believed they could survive the coming apocalypse or believed that the seers were simply wrong. Those who remained went their separate ways after Earthfall, surviving as best they could in the new, harsher world. Many assimilated into human cultures, becoming the first forlorn, which is a category of elf different from the other elves by, rather than ethnicity, upbringing. They spend their lengthy childhood in non-elven, usually human communities, and tend towards melancholy because of the extraordinary imbalance in life expectancy between them and the families that have adopted them. You know, when you live to be hundreds of years old, but everybody's dying off at like 70, 80, it's going to have an effect on your psyche. A few elves remain behind in Kyonin, continuing to watch their ancient cities and protect their lore. It remained effectively an abandoned nation watched over by only a few elven sentinels for almost 8,000 years. Few in numbers, they largely kept to illusion-shrouded Eodara and looked on helplessly as the other communities were looted. Countless cultural and magical artifacts were taken during this time, and this is a slight that the elves of Golarion have not forgiven to this day. The catalyst for the elves' return from Sovrian began thousands of years later in the foul depths of the Abyss, where the nascent demon lord Treeraiser attempted an unsuccessful coup against his demonic master, Sith Visug. While this was not particularly unusual in the politics of the Abyss, what was unusual was that Treeraiser was not killed for his treason. Instead, he was permanently exiled to Golarion, and he found himself in the southern forests of Kyonin. True to demon lord form, he began sucking all life from it and poisoning its plants, water, and the earth. He eventually traveled north and discovered Eodara. Once there, he probed the minds of the few remaining elves and learned of the Sovrian Stone, immediately realizing that he could twist its energies, break its connection to Sovrian, and use it to open a portal to the Abyss from which to draw a demonic horde onto Golarion. The few remaining elves in Kyonin provided little resistance, and soon Treeraiser had possession of the Sovrian Stone. His infernal manipulations did not go unnoticed, and in distant Sovrian, the elves detected Treeraiser's attempts to corrupt the stone. In 2632 AR, the elves returned to Galerion, pouring through the gateway and driving Tree Raiser and his foul minions back into the forest. Fighting for their homes, the elves pushed Tree Raiser back to the very limits of Kyonin, but found they were unable to destroy him completely. Content that the threat had been contained, the elves set about guarding the area of Kyonin where Tree Raiser had fled, an area known today as the Tanglebriar. Upon returning to Galerion, they found it much changed. The world had recovered faster in the past 8,000 years than the elves had anticipated. Instead of returning to Sovereign, the elves decided to remain on Galerion and repopulate their ancestral home. Since then, the elves have continued their battle against Tree Raiser and their struggle to re-establish themselves in a new and very different world. Kyonin is ruled by Queen Talandia Edasiril, bearer of the Viridian crown, and although she is an absolute monarch, Talandia is a liberal queen who understands that freedom is one of the highest ideals of the elven race. So it seems to me we have several reasons to want to send our adventurers into the realm of the elves. First and foremost, Tree Raiser does have stats. He's not cool enough to have anything like a deific obedience, but he is a CR 25 demon, and there's no reason why we should deny a group of paladins, elvish or otherwise, to go marching into the forest to, do that thing they've been training all their lives to do. Kyonin and the elves of Galerion, in turn, also have an interesting role to play in the Inner Sea at large. Queen Talandia knows that for elves to recapture their power in the current age, they must shrug off their cloaks of isolationism and re-engage with the world. And although present day not many non-elves are allowed at Iadara, there's nothing saying that your party of, a halfling, an Aasimar, a tiefling, and a hobgoblin might be brought in as Iadara's new emissaries, of course causing ripple upon ripple of political intrigue, and ultimately bringing a race that are simultaneously super long-lived and ancient, and newcomers and practically newborns and toddlers still exploring the world around them back onto the stage. And since I really love playing elves, maybe that's just because everybody was super dreamy for Legolas back in the days when the Lord of the Rings trilogy was new, I can totally sign off on that style of campaign. But what I sign off on, obviously, compared to the rest of the stream of the world, and more importantly, you guys watching, is irrelevant. What do you guys think about Kyonin? What do you guys think about Galerion's elves? Did you know that, surprisingly enough, the elves have a cordial and even friendly relationship with the dwarves of the Five Kings Mountains? Yeah, weird, right? Anyway, be sure to like and subscribe for more videos. The next episode of the 5 Minute Tour drops next Friday.